everybody. Today is the last day for Junie B. Jones' Smell Something Fishy. We left off on chapter 8 and there's just a couple of more chapters left. So let's get started on the rest of the book. Alright, chapter 8, A Surprise in the Freezer. I cried on my bed for a real long time. Pet Day is ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined. Grandpa Miller looked all over the house for pictures of Tickle. He taped some on the cardboard and brought them to my room. "Look," he said, "this doesn't look too bad, does it?" I raised my sagging head off the pillow. Then I looked at the pictures and I patted him real gentle. "You did your best, old man," I said very soft. Here's Junie B. in her bed, kind of sad. Her grandpa Frank Miller has fixed her some pictures. All right. Grandpa Miller rolled his eyes up at the ceiling. I looked up there too, but I didn't see anything. After that, I got out of bed and I dressed myself for school, and I walked to the kitchen, very slumping. Grandpa Miller made me a turkey sandwich. "What would you like to drink?" he asked. I did a sad sigh. "Orange juice, please," I said. Grandpa Miller opened the refrigerator. Orange juice, orange juice. I don't see any orange juice," he said. I went over and helped him look. We couldn't find the orange juice anywhere, not even in the freezer. Just then, my grandpa moved to the frozen vegetables. And guess what? My heart almost stopped breathing, 'cause I couldn't believe my eyeballs, that's why. Grandpa Miller, do you see what I see? Do you, huh? Do you? Grandpa Miller looked closer. "Well, I don't see any orange juice, that's for sure," he said. I danced all around the room. "No, Grandpa, not orange juice, a pet. I see a pet for Pet Day. See it, Grandpa? See it in there?" Then I clapped my hands real joyful, and I skipped to the freezer, and I grabbed it right off the shelf. Chapter 9, My Proudest Honor. Pet Day in room 9 was very exciting. There were cages with furry animals and bowls with fish, plus also there was a snake and a hermit crab and a rooster. "That rooster is mine," said that meanie Jim I hate. "He will peck your head off if I tell him to. He will peck it right into a nub." I made a sick face, 'cause a nub does not sound pleasant. Just then, Lucille skipped over to me. "Look, Junie B, look at my darling riding outfit. See my darling riding outfit? My riding hat, and see my darling riding pants? And look, Junie B, here's a picture of my darling pony. And look at my darling riding boots. They are genuine rawhide cowhide." I smiled very admiring. "You are a beaut, Lucille," I said. Grace pulled on my arm. Junie B, come see Slicky. He's my goldfish, remember? I bought him a brand new bowl. Come see. Just then, my teacher clapped her loud hands together. "Boys and girls, everyone needs to sit down right now. What an exciting day we're going to have in room 9 today." We hurried up and sat. Mrs. pointed to the pet table in the back of the room. "Who would like to go first?" she asked. "Who would like to introduce us to their pet?" "Me!" I shouted. Me! Then I sprang right out of my seat. But Mrs. said, "Sit down," to me. And she called on Crybaby William, 'cause that guy never springs, that's why. William went to the pet table. He pointed to his bullfrog named Wendell. "I just got him on Saturday," said William, very shy. Mrs. smiled. "Well, he certainly is a handsome bullfrog," she said. "Would you like to take Wendell out of his tank for us, William? Would you like to show the children how to hold a bullfrog?" Then William's face got whitish and sickish, and he started sweating a real lot. That's how come Mrs. had to put a wet towel on his head, and she said he wouldn't have to hold Wendell. And here is Wendell with a towel on his head, looking very shy. Here's his pet frog, Wendell, and Junie B, and somebody else with a rat. She let us pet his head. She carried him all around the room. Slippers smelled like stinky feet. After Charlotte came Polly Allen Puffer. He showed us his parrot named Pirate Pete. Only too bad for Pirate Pete, 'cause he kept on saying a bad word. And he wouldn't even stop. And so Mrs. had to send Pirate Pete to the office. Here is a picture of Pirate Pete and some other animals. Okay. After that, lots of children showed pictures of their dogs and cats. Plus, Jamal Hall showed us his lizard named Gizzard. And a boy named Ham showed us his hamster named Elvis. Finally, I raised my hand real calm. "It's nice to see you being so polite, Junie B. Would you like to go next?" Mrs. asked. "Did you bring a picture of your dog?" I shook my head. "No," I said, "'cause I didn't want to bring a picture, remember? I wanted to bring a real, actual pet. Only too bad for me, 'cause Mother said no raccoon. And then my Grandma Helen Miller stole Sparkle. Plus, also, I lost my noodle. And then we couldn't find the orange juice. And so that's how come my grandpa moved to the frozen vegetables." And boom! I saw a pet in there. So I put him in my backpack. And here he is now. Oh. After that, I quick unzipped my zipper pocket. And I held up my pet for everyone to see. "Fish Stick," I said real delighted. "I named him Fish Stick because he's a fish stick, of course." Room 9 stared and stared. Then all of a sudden, everyone laughed at once. "You goony bird," yelled that meanie Jim. "Fish sticks aren't pets. Fish sticks are dinner." I felt very shrinking inside. But fish sticks have to be pets, right, Mrs.? Right, I asked. 'Cause fish sticks are fish, aren't they? And fish are pets, right? Mrs. was hiding behind her hands. She peeked at me between her fingers. Yes, sure. Of course fish are pets," she said. I felt a teeny bit better. "So then fish sticks can be pets too, right?" I asked. Mrs. hid a little while longer. Then finally she took a deep breath and she got up from her desk. "Well, let's see. Maybe we should see what the dictionary has to say about this," she said. After that she took out her dictionary and she looked up the word pet. She read us what it said. "Pet," she said, "any tamed animal that is kept as a companion." "Okay," she said. Here is Junie B with her fish stick pets, Mrs. hiding her eyes, and Meanie Jim. Okay. Now that we have the definition, let's see if fish stick fits the bill. She looked at me. "Junie B, is fish stick tame or is he wild?" "Tame," I said. "Fish stick is very, very tame. No kidding. He won't even peck your head into a nub." "Okay, good," said Mrs. "And would you say that fish stick is a good companion, Junie B? Can you take him lots of places? And does he behave himself pretty well?" "Yes," I said. "Fish stick can even go more places than my dog probably, 'cause I can put fish stick right in my backpack, and he doesn't even say a peep." Mrs. smiled real happy. Then she walked to my table and she shook my hand. "Well then, congratulations," she said. "According to the dictionary, fish stick is definitely a pet." After that, she took fish stick out of my hand and she carried him to the pet table. And guess what? She put him right next to Slippery. "Grace, hey Grace, now our fishes can be friends just like us," I said real delighted. Just then I heard a croaking noise. It came from Wendell the bullfrog, I think. Then Wendell croaked even louder, and that made Slicky the goldfish jump in his water. And that made the rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. And that made Slippers thump his loud foot. And then his cage door accidentally came open and he hopped right off the table. "Oh no!" yelled Room 9. "Oh no, no, no!" And then all of us chased Slippers all over the place, and he hopped and hopped until Mrs. caught him in the trash can. It was the excitingest adventure Room 9 had ever even had. And that's not even the bestest part of Pet Day. because at the end of school, Mrs. gave out special ribbons to all the pets. And the rooster got the screechiest, and Pirate Pete got the talkiest, and Slicky got the bubbliest, and Slippers got the most rascally rabbit, and Fish Stick got most well behaved. I did a gasp at that wonderful thing. Then I shaked and shaked Mrs. hand. Thank you, Mrs. Thank you. Here is her fish stick, and she has won a prize of the most well behaved. Thank you, 'cause this is the proudest honor I ever even imagined. Mrs. laughed. She said me and Fish Stick made her day. Then she gave me a hug, and that is called a perfect ending. The end. This was Junie B. Jones, Smell Something Fishy. Okay, next I'm going to read another Junie B. book, and tomorrow I'll start on that. So, okay, it's been fun reading.